Or are there, is there an interesting example where you've had good success in an analytics use case, bringing like non-traditional or third-party data or unstructured data together with kind of standard enterprise data?
Sure. Well, customer churn is one. Our customers are obviously surgeons, so surgeon churn is one area that we've utilized both kinds of data sets, and we continue to mature on that. In terms of predictive analytics around surgeon churn, because that's very important on which products surgeons prefer, and whether it's from us or our competition, right? Because that gives us insight into what we need to focus on as well.
Yeah, interesting. Makes sense. And just for the audience, in the orthopedics industry, surgeon preference is a huge driver of both product development, product roadmap, and sales. So it's it's almost like the holy grail of figuring out, how do I make sure that the interest remains, and how do we influence that? So maybe we could to that end, maybe we could close with your thoughts on the following. Med device it's one of the most complex industries, highly regulated industry, global supply chains, global sourcing. How would you characterize the state of data in the med device industry? And what's your thought on how we might see that change in the next 5 years or so?
I think data is going to become more of a product in the med device space, where surgeons and doctors in general, right, even outside of orthopedics, I would say, are going to use data as a product to improve patient care, help provide better feedback to med devices companies on how they can improve their products. So there's a lot of these kind of opportunities out there to improve patient outcomes that haven't been leveraged, or some are starting to leverage right now.
So do you think, for example, that we might see a frameworks emerge where we could take kind of real world movement data in post-operative settings and kind of feed that back so that you can understand the impact of like physical therapy compliance on the outcomes of an implant surgery, just to like breathe a little life into it? Is that like that?
Yeah, absolutely. And our company has a platform like that called My Mobility that the product development team has put together, and that uses data, movement data, and other things that they could use in the future. So that's absolutely very important, especially now with the wearable technologies that we have, and new things that are coming out, right? So as the technology, in the consumer industry improves and becomes more advanced, we can leverage the data from that for our own, advancement of medical device purposes.
That makes sense. And I think that's a great example of how data drives digital. And exactly your concept. This is something I've thought about and written about, this idea of data as a product, and that being a very important part of our digitization journey and digital and data strategy. Super. Well, thanks so much, Atif, for joining me today. I enjoyed our conversation. It was nice to meet you, and I hope you have a terrific rest of your day.
Likewise. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Thank you.